Hey, so Ashlyn and I did this big presentation at the gym on understanding inflammation and how to combat it. And then I realized that my phone did not record the whole presentation. So I'm going to try to do it this way. I'm doing it through Canva. I've never done this before. I don't even know how long this will last. I don't know what it looks like on your screen. I'm just kind of winging it and I'm going to see what it looks like later. But I'm going to read my notes that are kind of off to the side. I don't know if you can see those or not, but I'm going to read those. And if you guys have any questions after you see the presentation, just feel free to reach out. So, understanding inflammation and how to combat it. So, we basically asked our audience, are you dealing with ongoing aches, brain fog, or just not feeling yourself lately? It is crucial to tune in because your body will send out a clear message anytime something is going wrong. So these symptoms aren't just passing annoyances, they're your body's way of saying, hey, something's not right. So let's listen up and take action because your body is speaking up for a reason. So at Results Nutrition Coaching, we have partnered with Healthy Steps Nutrition to support our clients using a framework that's guided, tested, and proven. We believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple habit-based approach. But we know that helping you become the best and healthiest version of yourself isn't just about what you eat or going to the gym a few hours a week. We must focus on a holistic approach addressing nutrition, stress management, mindset, support system, and lifestyle. So basically, once you address all of the things, you can work on hitting your goals a lot faster. Okay, so this is a quick glimpse into some of the success stories behind Healthy Steps Nutrition. The gyms that use Healthy Steps Nutrition as their nutrition coaching, like we do, they have helped over 45,000 people all around the world take control of their health. Here are some of their stories, which I know you can't really read on that screen, but they are there. And if you're looking to create your own success story, then that's exactly what we're here for. We know that it's simple, but it's not easy, if that makes sense. With all the misinformation out there regarding the best diets, foods, best exercise programs, it's no wonder we all feel very overwhelmed and at times ready to give up. So we've got a lot of answers. We've got a lot of solutions. It's honestly simple, but at the same time, it's not easy, right? Okay, so a little bit on HSN. Now we're going to go back to inflammation. So back to the topic. So the inflammation that our bodies face and are producing when something isn't right. So we've got your basic definition of inflammation as it's your body's response to injury or infection. So one of the two. And it isn't just your body's way of reacting. It's a very complex response to different triggers, and knowing how this works is key to staying healthy. So in fact, many diseases, especially chronic diseases, reflect an underlying inflammatory process. And here are some examples. So examples of inflammatory and chronic diseases: obesity, heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, metabolic syndrome, atherosclerosis, the one I never say right, and then certain types of cancers as well. So while ongoing research continues to explore the topic, studies have already revealed a clear connection between certain dietary factors and inflammation in the body. These dietary factors involve consuming excess calories from ultra-processed foods, foods that are high in saturated fat, trans fats, and sugar. So you might be wondering, what is classified as an ultra-processed food? This includes processed meats like deli meat, pepperoni, sausages, hot dogs, to name a few. It also encompasses packaged foods like cereals, chips, microwavable meals, cakes, desserts. Okay, just to name a few of probably hundreds. Additionally, the highly refined carbs found in these foods can initiate inflammation in the gut, which in turn impacts gut health. So a variety of factors can and will affect your overall gut health, which, by the way, is the topic of our next nutrition talk. So things that will affect your gut health: excessive alcohol consumption, smoking, lack of sleep, overtraining, and ongoing stress. And most of the clients we see don't necessarily have an excessive alcohol consumption or are smoking, usually just because we deal more with the fitness industry. But a lack of sleep, overtraining, and ongoing stress are three big factors that we deal with consistently. It's safe to say that your overall lifestyle, and food choices make or play a significant role in either promoting or reducing inflammation in the body. So make sure you hear that. It can produce inflammation, but it can heal inflammation. So let's define the different types of inflammation and their effects on the body. All right. Whoopsies. There we go. Fatigue and chronic pain. So there are two types of inflammation. You have acute inflammation, which in short term aids in healing. And then you have chronic inflammation, which persists over time and can be harmful. So how do you know if you're dealing with chronic inflammation? Well, there are a few signs and symptoms to watch out for. To summarize it, think widespread body pains, achiness in multiple joints, swelling, heat, and muscles feeling sore to the touch. Some other indicators of high inflammation levels may be trouble sleeping, digestive issues, depression, anxiety, even brain fog. All right, brain fog. Let's talk about that for a second. So here are some signs to watch out for with brain fog, and can be an indicator that you've got some inflammation in the body. So first of all, trouble sleeping, you're unable to fall asleep due to restless mind, your mind wandering, unable to stay asleep, waking up through the night, not being able to get back to sleep, headaches, constant aches or frequent recurring headaches, fatigue or low energy. You need energy drinks, coffee, naps to get throughout the day, hitting an afternoon slump that has started to actually feel normal. You are irritable, you have mood swings, you're losing your temper with your family, children, coworkers, or friends, easily crying or becoming saddened. You might experience memory loss. You're unable to recall words that should be easily accessible in your vocabulary or something that happened last week even. You have trouble concentrating, especially on mundane tasks that should only take 10 to 15 minutes, but take much longer with more effort. Low motivation. You are not wanting to get out of bed, go to the gym, or even make food. Okay. So these are all signs of brain fog. And honestly, they're also signs of having children, but we're not even going to go there today. Moving on. Health. Okay, so the good news is that many of these conditions stem from lifestyle habits that we have the power to change. By making simple adjustments to our lifestyle, we can start to work towards enhancing our mind and bodies. Here are just a few ways that we can take action. You can adopt a well-balanced diet rich in essential nutrients. You can reduce your screen time. You can manage stress effectively. You can prioritize your sleep. You can track your exercise intensity level and even duration. So now that we have a few specific focus areas, let's tackle the biggest one, and that's going to be nutrition. All right. While there isn't one single food that fights inflammation, making sure to build a whole food diet will help with lowering your risk for inflammation and disease. So this means including beneficial inflammatory fighting foods like fatty fish, such as salmon, herring, mackerel, sardines, tuna, striped bass, and anchovies. While fish isn't the only form of powerful fighting components, nuts and seeds have a place in this fight. Walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids known for the anti-inflammatory effects. Antioxidants, specifically vitamin C, are helpful as well. Vitamin C can be found in many fruits and vegetables. Red bell peppers, oranges, kiwis are all excellent sources of vitamin C. Consider adding those into meals and snacks. Lastly, probiotic and prebiotic foods will help with keeping your gut bacteria balanced and inflammation in check. So consider adding in fermented probiotic foods like yogurt and cottage cheese that contain live active cultures, as well as prebiotic foods like bananas and asparagus to help support good gut health. All right, moving on. We are going to use a holistic approach: sunlight, sleep, and rest. Okay. So the power of nature therapy is important to remember. Daily walks that include sun exposure with UV rays can not only have a great impact on your immune system by adding vitamin D into the equation, but it's understood from research that not exposing yourself to sunlight daily can actually increase your risk of musculoskeletal system disorders and various autoimmune diseases stemming from inflammation. So our muscle cells have a vitamin D receptor and relax in the presence of sun, creating a heart protecting benefit, fighting the most common of heart diseases, atherosclerosis, that one again, the hardening of your arteries. It means that. While being outside is important, we also want to make sure that you are cozied up in your bed, getting adequate rest from sleeping. Sleep deprivation increases pro inflammation signaling as well as decreasing your immune system functions. The body rewards its systems with an energy saving switch, then when sleeping, to allow for the immune processes to return to baseline. Sleep deprivation has been linked to the association of insulin resistance, diabetes, due to the inflammation markers that are triggered. Um, sorry, that was vascular diabetes, right? Sorry, vascular diseases. I'm going to say that again. It's linked to the association of insulin resistance, diabetes, and vascular diseases due to the inflammation markers that are triggered. Did you know? Did you know that having 3 consecutive nights of sleep that are less than 6 hours drastically increases your insulin resistance? So this is why the importance of maintaining a consistent 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night can be beneficial in reducing unwanted inflammation in the body as well as chronic diseases. All right. Brielle, do you want to say hi? Do you want to go on and do your work? Okay. All right. So HSN core principles. Now that we've uncovered the truth about inflammation, let's shift our focus to the 3 core principles. Number 1, we're going to focus on whole foods first. Yes. Yes. Sorry, I told her not to bother me and kids. Okay. So we've got 3 core principles of our HSN framework, but these also will help you fight the inflammation going on in your body. So these are everything. These are the 3 core principles that no matter what is going on in life or your body, that you want to try to adhere to. Number 1, focus on whole foods first. Whole foods, whole foods, whole foods. Eat meats, vegetables, nuts, seeds, little fruit, little starch, no sugar, or as little sugar as possible, because I don't like to cut out anything completely. You can still make gains and hit your goals by having a little bit of your favorite foods. Anyway, number 1, focus on whole foods first. We should start choosing whole food options and less processed foods packaged with sodium, fat, and sugar. A simple way to start this is by reshaping your plate using the plate method. Okay, plate method means you're going to take your whole plate. Half of it is going to be non-starchy veggies. A quarter is going to be lean protein sources. Another quarter is going to be starchy veggies, and you're going to sprinkle a little bit of fat on top. That's the plate method. So focus on whole foods and use the plate method as often as possible. Number 2, we're going to focus on a balance of macronutrients. So when we say a balance, what does that mean? It means every meal and snack that you consume throughout the day should contain carbs, proteins, and fats. Pairing each meal and snack with all 3 of these macronutrients will keep you fuller and longer. Most people will feel their best while fueling their busy days and activities with 40% carbohydrates, 30% fat, and 30% protein. So please note that these individual breakdowns may vary per person, but that's kind of a general guideline that we want to start with. Number 3, we're going to limit the amount of processed carbs and sugars. So the AHA recommends that no more than 6 teaspoons, that's about 24 grams of sugar for women, and 9 teaspoons, about 36 grams of sugar for men, should be consumed per day. And the average person consumes over 150 pounds of sugar per year. That's about 46 teaspoons per day, or about 160 grams. So think about that. 6 teaspoons versus 46 teaspoons, or for men, 9 teaspoons versus 46. Okay. That's a lot of sugar, right? It's not surprising because sugar is super addicting and feels hidden in almost every food product that you find in a package. And seriously, look for it. Just look for added sugars. I even started to teach my kids to, when they're grocery shopping or they're looking for snacks, look for things that say added sugars. Real sugar is great, but when you start adding, fruit is great because it's got fiber and nutrients and all that. So that's what I mean by real sugar. Real sugar is great. But when you start looking at packaged foods that have sugar added to it, that's where we want to start staying away from. Okay. Biggest takeaway? Let's go over some FAQs real quick. So, what foods cause inflammation? So, it's known that certain foods do cause more inflammation than others. Certain foods, such as or ingredients like gluten, casein, sunflower, safflower, soy, and corn oils, all of like the vegetable oils, processed foods, fried foods, syrup, soft drinks, and sugars. Noted, this does not mean that these should be restricted at all costs, but consumed in moderation over time will help with reducing fatigue, aches, pains, and overall inflammation. So, everything in moderation, yes. Consuming this stuff all the time, big time inflammation. What are some supplements that can help with inflammation? So, while taking a whole food first approach would be considered the best practice, sometimes it's necessary to add in some additional help. Supplements such as omega 3 fatty acids, like fish oil, are helpful in reducing inflammation with helping the increase of blood flow in the body. All right, so let's talk about our nutrition coaching program, just in case you're curious, real quick. What we offer is a whole foods approach. It is a habit based approach. It's an accountability approach. So we meet with you and we outline your entire day from morning to night, a weekday versus weekend, what you're eating, what you're drinking, the portion sizes, everything. And then we start creating a system for you that's going to help you reach your goals. You get that initial consultation with a nutrition coach. It's about 60 to 75 minutes. And then you get monthly biometric scans. Thereafter, you get monthly progress assessments. You get access to our exclusive HSN app. You get an individualized plan that we put together that addresses your nutrition, movement, mindset, sleep. You get weekly message check-ins with your nutrition coach. You get a monthly in-person 30-minute follow-up visit every month. You get habit tracking in the app. You get daily educational videos in the app. And you get healthy recipes. So you really can't lose. So we've helped a lot of people here in our gym. These are just some of the success stories. And then if you're just looking for a little bit more education, but you're not ready to like sign up for one-on-one coaching, I would look at the Nutrition Made Simple podcast because there's lots of episodes. They range from about 20 to 40 minutes each, and you can scroll through and just find the topics that seem the most interesting to you. That's usually how I start, and then I go back and fill in the gaps with all the rest because you learn something in all of them. And then if you're ready to sign up, you just reach out to us. You could email me at resultsnutritionsteph@gmail.com. You can email me at harrisonburgnutrition@gmail.com. I don't know why, but I have about 10 different emails. You can find me on social media. If you message me, I will set you up with myself or with Ashlyn, and we will just start that chat to get things rolling. So if you sign up from watching one of our talks, you will save a little bit of money. So make sure you reference that and reach out if you have any questions. Have a great day. I hope this works.